The NFL is a league filled with legendary athletes, unforgettable moments, and fierce competition. But beneath all historic moments lies a darker side of the game, a side marked by scandals that shook the league to its core. So here are the biggest scandals or controversies in NFL history.
Head coach of the New England Patriots, Bill Belichick, said today he's focusing on this weekend's football game. Well, he may be, but the rest of the sports world is focusing on the news that his team illegally videotaped its opponent's signals.
In 2007, the New England Patriots were at the peak of their dominance. The scandal known as the Spygate revealed a systematic attempt to gain an unfair advantage. Patriots video assistant Matt Estrella was caught filming the New York Jets defensive signals on the field in September 2007, but it was reportedly the second time the Patriots had been caught spying on an opponent, after doing so during the 2006 game against the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. And in 2007, the league took action. The fallout was severe. The Patriots were fined $250,000, and head coach Bill Belichick faced a $500,000 penalty, and the team lost a first-round draft pick. But the controversy sparked a larger debate. How far is too far in pursuing a victory? But the Patriots still went on to have a historic season. Tom Brady led them to a perfect 16-0 record, as he threw for over 4,800 yards, 50 touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions, but went on to lose in the Super Bowl versus the New York Giants. Next,
the allegation that players on the New Orleans Saints were paid money for hitting players with such brutal force it knocked them out of games.
It's the Bountygate. In 2012, the New Orleans Saints were accused of running a bounty program, where players were rewarded for injuring opponents. The allegations, dubbed the Bountygate, painted a grim picture of incentivized violence in the NFL. From 2009 to the year the Saints won the Super Bowl in 2011, Peyton's Saints were found to have placed bounties on opposing players, implementing a reward system for hits that caused injuries. It was then Saints defensive coordinator Greg Williams who implemented the bounty program, which involved a pool of cash that was given as a bonus in exchange for causing injury to opponents, according to the league's findings. The payments were as much as $1,000 for an opponent who needed to be carted off the field, and $1,500 for a knockout hit. The league's response was swift and decisive. Head coach Sean Payton was suspended for the entirety of the 2012 season. Defensive coordinator Greg Williams received an indefinite suspension, and the team was fined $500,000. The scandal raised serious ethical questions about player safety. Next, the Ray Rice incident. Ray Rice was one of the best running backs in the league for a short time. He had 4 straight seasons with over 1,000 yards, but then he made a decision that ruined his career and his reputation as a man.
It's the second shocking video to surface. TMZ releasing this tape of Baltimore Ravens player Ray Rice brutally knocking out his then fiancée Janae Palmer, dragging her limp body from an Atlantic City casino elevator this February.
And in 2014, a video surfaced showing Baltimore Ravens running back Ray Rice assaulting his then fiancée in the elevator. The league's initial 2-game suspension response was widely criticized as inadequate. The incident led to a reevaluation of the NFL's policies on domestic violence. Rice's career never recovered, and the league faced intense scrutiny over handling such cases. Fast forward to 2024, and this is still a huge issue within the league. We've seen many instances of domestic violence since Rice's incident in 2014. Next, Colin Kaepernick takes a knee. In 2016, San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick sparked a national conversation by kneeling during the national anthem. While many praised his courage, others viewed his actions as controversial and unpatriotic, but he wasn't the only one who took a knee. Other players quickly followed behind him. Kaepernick's protest led to him being blackballed from the league, igniting debates about free speech, activism, and the NFL's role in addressing social issues. Colin Kaepernick hasn't played since this happened, and he's tried many times to get back into the league, but it's never happened. Next, the Deflategate.
Deflategate. Tonight, the New England Patriots are fighting back against accusations of unsportsmanlike conduct. Did they deflate footballs during their championship game to gain a strategic advantage?
Just a few years later after the Spygate, the Patriots found themselves embroiled in another scandal, the Deflategate. Ahead of the AFC Championship game, Indianapolis Colts general manager Ryan Grissom alerted the NFL to the possibility the Patriots were deflating footballs in an attempt to get a competitive advantage. Footballs used during the 2015 AFC Championship game were intentionally deflated to give quarterback Tom Brady a better grip. In the end, it was nothing more than just an opinion. In terms of advanced statistics, the NFL was saying there was a 51% probability that the Deflategate actually occurred, but discipline was still needed regardless. The investigation led to a 4-game suspension for Tom Brady, a $1 million fine for the team, and the loss of 2 draft picks. The scandal divided fans and analysts, raising questions about integrity and accountability in the league. Michael Vick was a walking icon. He was easily the most entertaining player in his time with the Atlanta Falcons, but suddenly, it all went away.
Vick, who months ago was throwing for touchdowns as the star quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, now has thrown himself before the mercy of a federal court, admitting in court papers to dogfighting.
In 2007, federal authorities charged Atlanta Falcons star Michael Vick with running an illegal dogfighting ring. The allegations against the star quarterback included extortion, gambling, and the violent execution of dogs. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell called Vick's actions cruel and reprehensible, and he was suspended indefinitely. But the league was more concerned with his actions in front of the betting and the quarterback's association with illegal gambling. After pleading guilty, Vick served 21 months in federal prison before returning to the NFL in 2009 with the Philadelphia Eagles. In 2010, he made the Pro Bowl and earned Comeback Player of the Year. But the question is, how different his career would have been if he never made that mistake? Next, Aaron Hernandez tragic fall from grace.
Charging the defendant, Aaron Hernandez, with murder. What say you, Madam Foreperson? Is the defendant not guilty, guilty of murder in the first degree, or guilty of murder in the second degree?
The actions of Aaron Hernandez were the most heinous on this list. Hernandez was a solid tight end who was also something of a gadget guy, regularly lining up at running back and receiver in his short 3-year NFL career. He was a go-to for Tom Brady in the passing game, as one of the most potent tight end duos in league history, alongside Gronk. But all of that is now distant memory. In 2013, Hernandez murdered Odin Lloyd, who had been dating his fiancée, was convicted of first-degree murder, and was sentenced to life in prison. It was most definitely a stain on the game of football. Many other troubling revelations came out around that time concerning other crimes Hernandez more than likely participated in. Shortly after his incarceration, Hernandez took his own life. These scandals serve as a reminder that even the NFL has had a dark past and is not immune to controversy. What do you think? Are these scandals a stain on the NFL's legacy, or do they offer lessons for the future? Please share your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing.